Hey guys, so for those of you who don't know, I was recently hospitalized for some severe liver issues, and I'm still kind of dealing with the ramifications of all of my newfound chronic illnesses. I've had other chronic illnesses for quite some time, but this is a new one to add to the list. And I just thought that in this video, I would talk about some things that made my inpatient hospital stay a little bit easier to cope with. And some of these are maybe not available to everyone, but some of these are things that are not really things. You'll see what I mean when I explain. So I will say one of the most important things I would say is having someone to share that time and talk to. So when I was in I was hospitalized in three separate hospitals, all in this short time frame. And at each hospital stay, I had someone who could come in and spend time with me so that I wasn't alone the entire time. Because I feel like when you're in the hospital, it's already stressful enough having to worry about what's going on with your health, not really knowing maybe what's going on all the time. And it helps to have somebody who is there to have a conversation with you, sit there and let you know that everything's going to be okay. Even if they don't really talk to you, even if it's just somebody to sit there and make you feel that you're not alone, I feel like that is so important. And so at the first hospital that I was hospitalized at, my godmother was there. My godmother's sister would come and talk to me. Even like there were times when they would come and I would fall asleep and they would just sit there and watch TV while I slept until I woke up and we would talk again. And they would stay for, a couple hours or until I got super tired. And then they would just kind of go home so that I could get rest. And I really appreciated that because it was definitely a very stressful moment because I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know if I was going to be okay, what these tests were going to show. And obviously with my liver basically being in liver failure, it was very stressful because I didn't know what was going to happen. I didn't know, what was going on or, what they were going to do to treat it or anything. And I was in so much pain and it was just a mess. So having somebody there to talk to spend time with, to kind of break up that monotony of being in the hospital, someone to let you know it's okay to sit there and be frustrated when you're being poked and prodded and you have tiny veins like I do and they're not listening to you about where to find those veins. Having somebody there to support you basically is very helpful. My mom would also bring, I was on a special diet. I think I mentioned that in the vlogs that I made while I was in the hospital. I don't remember though, because that was a while ago. It is May as I'm filming this and I was hospitalized in March. So, just to give you guys a little bit of a context. So I was on a special diet. I was mostly liquid and soft diet. Before, like the first one was clear liquid, then I got advanced to like a soft diet, a GI soft diet, and that was basically because I had been throwing up so often that they were giving me IV fluids because I couldn't keep anything down. So once I was finally able to try to eat something, they basically would they would want me to be on food. Sorry, I kind of blanked there for a second. They wanted me to be on food that wasn't going to upset my digestive system. So something that was going to be easy on my body. So my mom actually brought in these sparkling waters that like anytime I go to her house, this is what we have. So we always have some sort of sparkling water, whether it's the ice, or the sparkling waters from Meijer or Walmart, because those are the stores that are in her area and my area. So those are what we normally get because I love sparkling water and I always get the sugar-free kind because obviously I'm watching my sugar intake. So she had brought some of those, and so that was definitely nice. We asked my nurse to just to make sure that it was something that was acceptable on the diet that I was on. And so when she said yes, I was so happy because like sitting there and chewing on ice chips and sipping like plain water, even in my daily life, I don't drink just plain water very often. I do sometimes, but as you guys know, I'm always putting flavor packets in my water. And so obviously I didn't have any of those with me. I have a crap ton of flavors in my drawer here, but um, I wasn't at home, obviously. I was in the hospital. So that was definitely nice. Having my mom bring in, well, actually my godmother brought in clothes, and my mom like took them home every day and washed them, because my godmother was only able to bring like a small bag, and I was there for over a week at the one hospital that I stayed at. So um, my mom would bring whatever clothes I wore home when I took a shower. She'd bring those clothes home and wash them and then bring them back to the hospital for me to wear the next day. So I also highly recommend, if the hospital or a nurse or doctor is okay with you wearing your own clothes, definitely have someone bring in some clothes, even if it's just pajamas. Like I had some loose clothes and pajama pants, a loose t-shirt, and that was it. Like I had my own socks, even though they wanted me to wear the hospital socks for certain things. Like when I got my biopsy done, they made me wear the hospital socks over my socks because you had to walk from the hallway into the room where they did the biopsy, and then from that room back to the bed that was in the hallway, because it was like a room where you were inside a CT scan, so they didn't have enough room to bring the bed all the way in there. So that's how they did it. But I definitely think that having my own clothes made it a more comfortable experience. It's hard enough being in the hospital as it is, but having these little things definitely helps to make it easier. I had somebody bring in my charger so that I could use my phone. So I was watching TikTok videos on my phone. I filmed some YouTube videos. Stuff to keep my mind off of all of the medical crap that was going on was definitely very helpful. And it helped me kind of relax a little bit, because every night when I'm stressed out or can't sleep or whatever, I listen to TikToks. I watch TikTok videos. I enjoy watching TikToks, YouTube, listening to my audiobooks, although I have Audible on a different phone. It's like a phone where I have all my games and apps to keep all of the storage space on my actual phone that I use. So I didn't have that phone with me, so I didn't listen to any audiobooks while I was in the hospital. But I definitely was very appreciative that someone brought me my charger, my charging cord, because I feel like hospitals should have like charging cords for phones, but obviously that's a little ridiculous. But I feel like they should have some cords or something for people who don't have people to bring them things, because it's just awful. And like some of the phones that they have in hospital rooms are very poor quality. Like there was a point where my phone was updating and I was trying to call the person who I was dating at the time, and it was so horrible. Like I could barely understand what he was saying, and I know he couldn't understand what I was saying because it was pointless. So and a lot of times when I would have to call the cafeteria to order my dinner or my lunch or whatever, basically they were having a hard time hearing me, and that was a whole frustration in and of itself. Trying to order meals from the cafeteria was just frustrating for a number of different reasons, especially with the different diets that I was on, like the GI soft diet. Like I was allowed to have certain fruits but not other fruits, and they didn't have like a list of what was allowed on each diet, so I had to basically make my meal plan and then call to order it and be told that, oh, you can't have that, but you can have this. And it was just really frustrating. So other than that, I think having someone's company, having your own clothes, having a charging cord, and I also had my mom, like she asked, I didn't ask her to go buy these things, but this is also very helpful too. She went and bought me a toothbrush, toothpaste, deodorant, shampoo, and body wash, because the hospital, like, I don't know if you're like me, but the hospital shampoo, like I have oily hair to begin with. So if I go even one day without using actual good quality shampoo, my hair looks like it hasn't been washed in a week. That may be a little bit overkill. It may be just like it hasn't been washed overnight. But she went and got me all of those hygienic things, and it's because the hospital stuff was not very good quality. Like, I would take a shower every day because it was the one thing that made me feel good about myself and made me feel like a human. So I would take my shower, and the first day that I was there, I didn't have any of these things. And so I had washed my hair, and she said, "Were you able to wash your hair in the shower?" And I said, "Yeah, why?" And even though I had like put enough shampoo on and rinsed it out thoroughly, it still looked like my hair was dirty and oily. So that's when she offered to go get some shampoo and soap and, like I said, a toothbrush, toothpaste. And I definitely thank her for that. She also got me deodorant. And I was in so much pain that I didn't want like the kind that you have to roll on. I wanted the spray deodorant. So she went and she got me all of that. And so I'm definitely very thankful that I have people who were willing to be so supportive of me and to help me through all of this. So anyways, if you are somebody who has a chronic illness like me, who is in the hospital and has to deal with hospital things quite frequently, let me know if there's anything that you find comforting. I know some people have brought their own pillows. Some people bring their own blankets, depending. I didn't do any of that just because I didn't want anything getting like nasty. Oh, my mom did bring me a hoodie at one point though, because it was very cold in the hospital and it was cold in my room. And I kept the door shut because all of the noise in the hallway, like the unit I was on was very busy and my room was fairly close to the nurse's station. So I was hearing like all of the traffic. So yeah, she brought me a hoodie and that was definitely very helpful too. It was a very soft hoodie that she had gotten for me when her and my stepdad went to Myrtle Beach over the winter. But anyways, that is it for today's video. If you guys have any questions about my hospitalization or how my health is doing, any questions that you would like me to answer in an upcoming video, please be sure to let me know. Any topics you'd like me to discuss on my channel in the future, I'd be happy to do that as well. And with that being said, that is all I have for right now. So I will talk to you guys probably tomorrow.